What's going on, family, and welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing Apple's Swan song. Man, I was just about a month ago just scrolling down. I got tired of Netflix. I got tired of Hulu, Disney Plus. Scrolling down Stars, didn't watch nothing. HBO, Prime. And I said, you know what? Let me go to my Apple TV. And I encountered this movie. I'm such a fan of Mahershala Ali. He delivers an electrifying performance in this movie. And this, just to give you a short summary, involves him as, in the near future, a terminally ill man explores a heart-wrenching, emotionally complex solution to save his wife and son from grief by duplicating himself without them knowing. And this movie stars Naomie Harris, Glenn Close, Aquafina, and they do an absolute amazing job in this movie. He's basically a graphic design artist who's recently diagnosed with a terminal illness. And rather to disclose this to his wife and young son, he asks for an alternative action, which is offered by his doctor. And just to pause that for a moment, there's many of us in life in general. Just imagine to yourself if, God forbid, you ever got diagnosed with cancer, HIV, something very ill that eventually within the next 6 months of your life, it's going to affect you in a point where you're going to ultimately pass. How do you tell your family that now, without the technology that we could possibly have down the line, right? That's something to definitely ask yourself throughout the duration of this movie. It keeps you entertained just with that thought alone. It's obviously an extreme and risky solution to a horrible situation, where in the film, his only motivation is to shield his family from the pain and grief that his death will ultimately cause. And the story calls you in such a way, it's so appealing because you ask yourself those questions. Now, he has a choice where he can be cloned, which is insane, just a topic, right? But his memories and subconscious memory will also be transferred over to that clone. And this is the option presented to him. And he's contemplating this, and he's looking at it as a positive cause to a solution. And I thought the script, I thought it was well written. I thought the movie was, some cinematography was amazing. It had a lot of futuristic vibes, obviously. It was original in concept. I've never seen something like this. It asks you, it brings those questions. You know, after you watch this movie, you're gonna have a lot to say. You're gonna have a lot of debates with people that are gonna agree with you, that aren't agree with you, and whichever side you're on, you're not wrong. You're gonna ask yourself, is it ethical? Is this morally justifiable? The idea is that loved ones never realize they lost a loved one. And if you want to spare them this loss, you go ahead with that, right? This takes you through a roller coaster of emotions. The scientific elements are very detailed and futuristic, but not impossible to imagine. This was a very, very clever sci-fi movie that keeps you entertained throughout the duration. The movie's rather long, but I wasn't bored for a moment. The story was very justifiable. Ali delivers an electrifying performance. He carries this film. He's already an Oscar Award winner, and I think he's going to go ahead and win for a second time. Mahershala Ali and Naomie Harris, who plays his wife in the movie, are terrific in the scenes they have together. And it helps us understand why his character, whose name is Cameron in the movie, agrees to do this for her. You can tell that dynamic. He loves his wife to a T. The director never backs away from conflicted thoughts that Cameron's having. Probably the same most would have in real life. And we comprehend why he's tortured, However, the film, it tackles some of the big picture questions and issues raised by such a proposal. The film is certain to spur plenty of thought and debate as you want in a film like this. It's a nice looking film with strong sound design, like I was saying before, and terrific performances throughout this movie. Such a great cast. Leading up to your decision, what would you do? You know, would you own your happiness? Or would you give happiness for who you love? You know, this movie to me has no flaws. It was concocted in such a way where, for me, the thought process was a no-brainer. I would definitely do this for my family. The question is, after watching this, will you? So that's my review in a nutshell. If you like this review, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. And if you want more content from me, please subscribe to the next one. Peace.